What is going on, guys? It is Night, and today I'm going to be talking about the most important perks whenever Arc Raiders finally comes out that you're going to need to spec into these to, number one, have the best advantage, but number two is to keep yourself alive in raids. Now, I'm going to explain exactly why these are the best perks that you need to be choosing, and without further ado, let's go ahead and roll straight into this. So just so you know, there is 3 trees on here if you have not played before. There's conditioning, mobility, and survival. Now this is a chart laid out a little bit differently to show the data a little bit more appropriate based off of the perks that are currently out there in the game. These are ones that are on the server slam, and I noticed that some of these perks made a huge difference with keeping me alive and putting me ahead of everyone else. So the number one perk for me is going to be in-round crafting. Unlocks the ability to field craft items while topside. This lets you craft, number one, shield recharges, but number two, bandages. I noticed a lot of times I was running a free kit and it did not come with a shield charger, that I was getting schwacked and I needed one. So all you had to do is find 1 arc power cell and 5 rubber to craft a shield charger. So in many cases when I was going into fighting and I had teammates that didn't have meds or they didn't have something, I could get the stuff to craft. Now the other point I want to make with this is, instead of carrying all that trash and all the scraps out of the raid to be able to use them, you can actually use them while you're in raid. Craft everything you need up so you're not just wasting the material. You can take advantage of it right then when you have the stuff on hand. Now, for you to get to this is going to require you to have 3 points. Now, if you didn't know, when you're speccing a skill tree, you have to go up the skill tree. You can't go down once you get to any point. So you're going to need Agile Croucher. Your movement speed while crouching is increased, which is pretty helpful. And then you have Revitalizing Squat. Stamina regeneration while crouch is increased. That is going to be huge because every time you're crouching, you're walking around, you're being stealthy, you're recouping stamina. And then you're going to be in-round crafting. That's 3 perks into the survival tree here. So not a huge investment to get a lot of benefit. Now, when we go to mobility, now some of y'all are going to have this backwards. Y'all are going to want to do stamina first and then do in-round crafting. I'm going to explain why exactly I'm going to do in-round crafting first. So on the mobility side of things, you're going to want Marathon Runner, which means moving around costs less stamina. So jumping, moving, doing whatever you're doing, sliding is not going to cost as much. So you're going to be able to traverse the map a lot quicker, as well as Youthful Lungs. Increases your max stamina here. So this is, I noticed while I was in the server shutdown, whatever you want to call it, when they were testing the servers, I noticed that I was able to traverse the map so quickly ahead of my teammates that they thought I was cheating. They thought I was Usain Bolt. I was just sprinting across. Like, how the hell are you so fast? It's because you have so much stamina to begin with, and when you spec into this, you're going to be able to run for a lot longer. A lot of times I was on the outskirts of maps, running to the innards, and this let me, number one, loot faster, but also get into better positions before the enemy even got to said buildings. So the spec into this, you're going to need a lot of points. So first off, you're going to get Nimble Climber, which is 1. You can climb and vault more quickly. It doesn't really matter. I wasn't climbing very often. I was running a lot. And then you're going to spec 5 points into Marathon Runner and also Youthful Lungs. So you might want to go get Youthful Lungs first on going up the tree and then spec them out. But just to max these 2 out here, you're looking at 11 points here. So we got 3 points in survival, 11 points in mobility. Now you may be saying, like, why does that matter? So when you're climbing trees, to get to the middle point of any of the categories or any of the trees that you're climbing, it takes 15 points. When you're getting to the top one, as you can see, there's a little lock symbol on any of these perks. You have to have 36 points in said tree to get to that point. Now, if you notice here, I only have 11 in mobility and I've wasted 3 on survival. So climbing these trees, you got to be very strategic on the way you want to go. Now, there is another perk that might be beneficial for some, used to the weight. Wearing a shield doesn't slow you down as much. On the basic green shield, you're looking at a 5% movement reduction. So each point you spec into that, I believe, is going to take around 1%. On the heavy shields, it is 15%. So that can make a huge difference if you're going to be progressing a lot more quickly than most people and getting weight down. But just these setups here with these 3 different perks that you're speccing a lot into, you're going to have a huge advantage over most people. Now, I do want to extend this video a little bit here and just talk about where I plan on going down the skill tree. And I want to get y'all's opinions down in the comment too. So some of the other perks that I am definitely going to be looking out for is number one, Calming Stroll. Since I already have 11 points of mobility, Calming Stroll while walking, your stamina regenerates as if you were standing still. So it means while you're full sprinting, you run out. Hey, I got to jog for a second. I'm just walking. You're getting your stamina back just as quickly as if you were crouched or you're standing still, just sitting there. This is going to help you traverse that much quicker. So if you're someone that's just worried about like getting across the map and moving around and getting into fights and all that, this is going to be a huge point to get you out of raids, number one, but number two is get you to the loot. Now, everything else in this tree for me really doesn't seem to stand that far out. It's going to be dealing with movement and jumping and climbing and these different things. I didn't really see myself doing that a lot. Everything that I was doing was basically on the ground, just traversing, just traveling and walking and running. So everything I think I'm going to be speccing into is going to be survival once I get to this point. It is simply because of two things here. Traveling Tinker, which we don't actually know what does yet. This is unlocks additional items to field craft. So back in the past, when they did another test, this lets you craft hash keys. Now, what we don't know what exactly it's going to let you craft because nobody could actually tested it while we were in the server slam. But in the future, this could be crafting heavy ammo. This could be crafting different things in raid, maybe shields. I have no idea what it's going to let you craft. But this is something that might be absolutely beneficial for you to be able to move up and maybe stay alive in raids. I don't actually know with that one. But the other one was the security breach. This is going to take 36 points to get to. The last final one that I was really looking to because it lets you breach secure lockers. Now, during this server slam, a lot of y'all didn't probably get this. If you've never played an extraction game like Escape from Tarkov or anything else, looting certain items is going to be number one, quest items, but number two is upgrades for your hideout / workbenches or your chicken or whatever you want to do, scrappy. You're going to need certain items, and able to open secure breach containers might end up helping you because there might be some gear in there that is going to help you progress through the quest and also progress through upgrading your hideout / workbenches. So something along those routes might be very beneficial, but I want to hear y'all's opinion. I will put the link down to this website so you will be able to go use this skill tree and actually see what you would like to spec into and try it out for yourself. But I would like to see what y'all would like to spec into, where y'all think the absolute meta is of climbing these ranks. Because there's some other ones up here like weight reduction on your loaded arms. Your equipped weapon has less impact on your encumbrance. And there's also ones that encumbrance has less effect on you. Your stamina regeneration is less affected by being over encumbered in the survival tree here on Stubborn Mule. These things could be beneficial. I don't actually know. I'm just wanting to see y'all's opinion on that. But these ones down here are definitely the ones you must have. These are going to be absolutely important and crucial for your survival in Arc Raiders. Other than that, guys, before the launch, I'm going to be putting out a lot more content, so hit that subscribe button and help me out. This is my first video. Other than that, guys, have a nice day and peace out.